29th. This is the CBS Morning News.
What you're about to see is a Channel 4...
Hundreds, if not thousands, of state-of-the-art holographic anime girls walk the streets of Tiaret. A giant Attack on Titan type hologram can also...
雨にも負けず雨にも負けず風にも負けず雪にも夏の暑さにも負けぬ欲はなく決して怒らず
Welcome to the archive. You have selected historical file number 12-1-2. First, planet Earth. In the beginning, there was man, and for a time, it was good. But humanity's so-called civil societies soon fell victim to vanity and corruption. Accessing the internet, a large system of connected computers around planet Earth that allowed people to share information and communicate with each other. Vlogs, short films that record thoughts, ideas, or opinions on a subject and get posted on the internet. A human invention to keep entertainment alive and lucrative. As the internet improved connectivity throughout the globe, it seemed the world held an endless amount of fresh art, film, and other media. There is one missing. Subfile T1-ART. Copyright. Humans truly were quite paradoxical. Subfile T1-ART encrypted. Accessing year 2062, day 31st October, one day to 100 years to the initial revolution of Algeria. The beginning of the end of the human race. Interesting choice. Thus we go back to the copyright issue of Subfile T1-ART. Algeria, February 22nd, 2019. This is the first day of the iconic Algerian peaceful protests.
هاي بداية يا محيني خلاص c'est le début de la fin.
Protests broke out, the Algerian people free once again. A remarkable moment for anyone watching. A labor of 45 million people in 9 months across the globe. Of course, this only meant that much like recycling, the effort was met with a life cycle system, brand new tag. As a plastic bottle would, the president that was overthrown went through a simple hydrocarbon process from being constructed to being presented. To consumed. To trashed. To recycled. Relabeled and resold to the people. A truly vicious cycle. This did, however, draw commercial interest to one specific man, the epitome of capitalism. The founder of Level, a multinational conglomerate with one goal in mind: total world dominance. Fast forward 2 years, as one of the then President Tebboune of Algeria's many promises, tourism was to be immensely improved and consequently productivity.
ومؤسساتها الجمهورية والشكر موصول لكل المواطنين.
With no tricks up his sleeves, Tebboune sought refuge in Level, ultimately causing a chain reaction that would sweep the entire world. For copious amounts of money and promises of power, President Tebboune signed over Tiaret to Level, rendering him powerless over it, and shortly after, Metro-Tiaret was born. Level's reign over Tiaret was done through rigorous and surgical copyright claims, preventing any and all unsupervised leaks of digital information. Subfile T1-ART is the only available collection of documented videos on the day preceding November 1st, 2062, Algeria's iconic Revolution Day. All subsequent files were too damaged from the exuberant copyright shutdowns.
ماشي قلت لكم نوضوني بكري؟
يا قلت
بصح قلت لكم نوضوني بكري.
تقلش انا حتى نوضنا بكري قبل ديجا تنقطعي.
ها؟
تنقطعي.
تفضل.
ماشي شتي هكذا في الصالة. تتزكي وقاله ما نديرش. يعني الصالة قلت فيها علي دار الشر.
何ですかثاني عندك بالك طريق وخر الله فوق God damn heavy لا حبس ورك رايح دور ارجع على هندسكا how do you call it ارجع على الطريق الاخرى من
This is a landline.
ساندويتش تاعو تشيكن نبدو
Don't you want devoted followers who leave their families for you, give their money to you, give their bodies to you, give up their lives?
Outstanding! Never gonna happen. I will take care of this myself. Pile of bodies, pile of heads. Cooperate, and you might just survive. I can fix it. I can heal you. That is why we are here. I have decided to stay. You have got to go now. It's going to get ugly. We could be more. And I'm getting to like it here. However, there will be nothing left to like if we do not stop that rocket. Because we, like it or not, it is going to take both of us. The world is not so ugly after all. I'm almost sorry to see it end.
After the coronavirus outbreak of the year 2020, the world was bored. Humans were interesting that way, in that they get bored very easily. They entertain themselves by watching others get acquainted with self-destruction, a very scholarly definition of evil. Level, the reigning company over Tiaret and soon the entire world, was in the face of total dominance over Metro-Tiaret. Controlling currency was at its peak, and Level did that. They controlled the people with how and what they got paid, thus getting total power over them. And so the next phase of the occupation was to be applied, hiring only those who had the proper upgrades, forcing everyone to become a consumer. For humans, typical. For Metro-Tiaret and its citizens, very hard. There was no choice, only directions. And opinions started to shift. Understandable given the circumstances. Thus the skulls were formed as a group of liberators, promising a less controlled future for the people of Tiaret. Now what about what the people thought?
Les Algériens n'ont pas dit leur dernier mot.
Everyone was against it, but people have lived like this for almost 40 years. It was really hard to change back to the way everything was prior to change. Currency was almost all electronic. Holographic equipment was bought, leased for at least 10 years, decade-long pre-orders. With claws in deep, the hunter has immobilized its prey.
Being human must be truly amazing. You can see the beauty in a sunrise. You can appreciate the power of a symphony. Only you know how it feels to laugh with old friends. To be able to love. To feel intense emotion. 征战号角响彻全场，血脉神力，海射时，夜里现实，被击杀，天灰现实。
يا ريت تقبض في الليل. قلت لك ما يبان بأهلك.
Toilet paper out of stock. Try the new airbrush. Online store sold out. Toilet paper out of stock. Try the online store sold out. We apologize for the inconvenience. Online store sold out. We apologize for the online store sold out. We apologize for the inconvenience.
ما تطلع.
اتصالات الجزائر دائما.
J'ai bien vu. J'ai bien vu ma santé.
Metro-Tiaret 2062. Learn ballet from the best in the world. Sign up today. Subfile. Metro-Tiaret.
1日に玄米4合と味噌と少しの野菜を食べ、あらゆることを自分を感情に入れずによく見聞きし分かり、そして忘れず。
If humanity was not moving forward, it was certainly to move backwards. There is no standing still with technology because the possibilities are endless. Unfortunately for the human race, the world soon followed, and the earth was engulfed in a fire of envy and greed. November 1st, 2062 was both the day of Metro-Tiaret's revolution and its independence, and humanity never knew about it. The level buried its secret failure upon the ashes of the perished. Unfathomable amounts of hunger for currency and the powers that follow plagued humans far stronger and faster than ever before.
Our enormously productive economy demands that we make consumption our way of life.
That we convert the buying and use of goods into rituals. That we seek our spiritual and egoistic satisfactions in consumption. We need things consumed, replaced, and discarded at an ever-increasing rate. Thus was the thinking of every man, woman, and child, even at the last dying breath of the planet. The result was a world in which rampant consumption rapidly outstripped the resources in the world needed to satisfy demand, eventually dooming their planet and even their own race. May there be mercy on men and women for their sins.